Welcome everybody to another DoneJS contributors meeting. This week we have a special guest. Prashant is joining us from Bangalore, India. Prashant, I don't know if you want to say hello or what's your what's your favorite meal? What do you like to eat more than anything else?
That would be dal chawal. That's basically rice and pulses.
Nice, awesome. I don't know if I've had that. So Prashant emailed me and asked about becoming a DoneJS contributor. So yay, that's awesome. And to become a DoneJS contributor is pretty easy. You just have to email us and then come to 2 of these meetings a month and do one small contribution. It can be like a documentation fix. It can be almost anything. And Prashant, just so you know, the core team, that's me, Matthew. Say hello, Matthew.
Hello.
And David. Say hi, David. You can find us on Gitter at pretty much any U.S. working hours. And Matthew works, or David works even a little bit later because he's West Coast.
Canada working hours.
Canada working hours. And we will literally help you write whatever issue or whatever it is. We can pair with you on it. So that's what you don't have to learn kind of on your own. We're here to help people learn the technology and do contributions. And it's awesome that you reached out to us. I'm actually really excited about that.
Sure, thanks.
So, and please, if you have questions or anything about what we're talking about, just feel free to speak up. And we'll answer them the best we can. So what we do for these meetings is we basically, every week, we just talk about the issues that we want to work on up until the next week. And we have a Trello board that just keeps track of all of the big ticket issues. But if there's something that you are interested in, just let us know, and we can help guide you to that. Let me open it up, and I will add you to this. So I guess we'll just go around the room and kind of everybody say what they're working on, and like we normally do, and what they plan to have going on for next week. I know some people are kind of transitioning off open source, and that's fine. Today's also a demo day, so if you've got stuff working, please be ready to show that off. So I will go first, and I will show off what I did, mostly what I did, which is I got I applied to a bunch of different meetups to talk about. Actually, I'll talk about that next. So the big thing I just recently did is I have the DoneJS presentation that people can give. Matthew's about to give it today, I think, in Nashville.
That's right.
Yeah. I haven't filled out all of the kind of the script, if you will, but I am trying to make this eventually so that anybody can just pick this up, and if they want to give a presentation at their local meetup, this is something they pretty much just can read through and give. It's got a lot of videos in it and just kind of walks people through building the chat application. But in the very beginning, it does talk a little bit about the difference between how DoneJS improves performance. So I'll probably make this public at some point, which would probably be good, so that anybody can just grab it. But not right now, because it's just kind of annoying to have to check it in or something like that. So that card is done. The only other thing that I've worked on really yep.
Quick question. Would you last update that? I grabbed it this morning.
Yeah, I haven't updated today.
Okay.
So, and the only other thing is Julia's been really helpful at getting list of meetups that some of us are going to go to, and I've just applied pretty much everywhere, and I started talking to the LA people. They responded to me yesterday, so I've got 3 on the way and like 6 more that are probably going to go through any day now. Cool. So who wants to go next? Let's go kind of in how long people have been working on DoneJS. So David, I think you're next.
Oops, I'm still muted. 6 years? So yesterday, so on Monday, we found a Windows bug that I fixed. It was pretty good. It took us 5 hours from report to a new release that worked, which is, I think, a pretty good turnaround time. The problem was that that bug shouldn't probably have happened at all. I think we should actually find a good way to test things like that, because the pull request was open, I think, and it needed to be released pretty quick, and there was some mistake that slipped in there, so that's why that came to happen. It's fixed now, but yeah, I think for the future we definitely need another reviewer that double checks everything, because sometimes if your local setup, if something is still around, it's really easy to assume that it worked, even though you just made a change or something and forgot to reinstall everything. So,
what are you planning on working on?
Yes, well, yesterday I finished the Place My Order guide, upgraded it to Firebase and those things. And what I'm planning on working on is that that one is not responsive anymore because we don't have Bootstrap in there anymore. So I'm not sure what to do about that. I probably need some designer's help to figure out how to make that menu responsive again.
Why was Bootstrap removed?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But it's probably good because it's in the assets now. But I think Ilya added that at one point, that the menu was using the Bootstrap JS, and it got taken out in the latest guide.
Yeah, I imagine we could just use Bootstrap. That's not.
Well, you were concerned that the markup.
Yeah, but
might be confusing.
I think we can work around that. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's why I would like to talk to somebody who knows better than I do.
Let's talk about that later. Okay.
Besides that, there is a DocumentJS bug that I don't know. I can look into it. I think it's pretty easy fix, but I wasn't sure if
we can talk about that. But for overarching for next week, I think the goal, your primary goal, will be to moving to what's it called? Taking over for Matthew to get the test stuff running.
Yeah, I mean, I can start on that probably today. We have CanJS 2.3.2. The only thing that's left for that is the select issue. Everything else is documentation, which we can roll out at any time anyway. So we could probably make that release today too, so that it's out of the way if you get that select issue in.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Cool. All right. Who's next? Probably Matthew.
Yeah. Do you want me to do it? Excuse me. You want me to do a quick demo?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
So what I've been working on in the last week is we have the guide, the DoneJS guide, which builds the chat app. So I've been working on automate running it as a test, make sure that it works. There's been an issue from time to time. So I have this new project in DoneJS chat guide. I hope I'm sharing my screen now. This one. Where is it? Yeah, chat guide project. There's a script which has each step, like installing DoneJS, calling DoneJS init. A lot of the steps have tests associated with them, like this test that after you start DoneJS develop that it works. So it can run like Mocha tests, and it can also run functional tests. So I've got it actually working. Excuse me. I've got the whole thing working now, as far as the script is concerned. The remaining things to do on this are, this is its own repo, so I wanted to add the CI here, and I want to make it so that you can specify to like run a specific version. So if you do like a 0.6 pre-release, we can run the test against like that pre-release before we actually do a real release. So yeah, so making it run in CI is left, and we need to add a document.js tag so that in the actual guide it will use the sources from this project. So for example, like when you update the message.js for the real time, this is the actual JavaScript script. So we need a tag so that it pulls from this into the document.js.
Cool.
Today I'm giving a meetup, so I'm working on that today.
Awesome. And then for overarching for next week, it sounds like you'll be doing the
Justin, I think I lost you there. Oh, everyone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Everyone lost. Whenever someone drops, it's always like, is it me or is it them?
I thought he got his internet upgraded.
I think he's doing that today, isn't he?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he had trouble with it or something. So yeah, probably. Wait till you think he's back. Hey, DoneJS. Are you there, DoneJS?
I don't know, am I?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah, so I might be moving to some SSR kind of stuff. But one thing, I don't know if you know this, but I have vacation not next week, but the week after.
Okay.
So keep that in mind, where you want to put me.
Yeah, I think the SSR stuff still makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know about you. I mean, I think just the time is right now. There's a lot of auxiliary benefits if you get it done now versus later. And I think your talk will go better too. That'd be really cool.
Definitely.
All right. So Matthew, how many years?
I don't know. I don't know when I officially started working on DoneJS.
Working
2.5, maybe.
2.5.
Something like that.
Okay. Who's next? Probably Alfredo?
Yeah, I think so. It's a year and a half by now. Last week, right after Wednesday, I worked on some debugging with the DoneJS site. Let me share my screen. I'll try my best to emulate this, but basically we were having a lot of trouble with the menu on mobile devices, and originally came in as iOS Chrome only, then iOS Safari and Chrome, and then poking around, it actually was basically any mobile device was could run into this problem. And part of it was if you were to click on, say, one of the items down below, the menu would or the animation would basically time out, and you wouldn't actually get to your spot. It would basically leave you wherever your CPU kind of, or memory or whatever what the constraint was, would kind of crap out. So I fixed that. Also on the APIs document, there was a lot of links that were left for later linking, that the later came around and didn't get done before release, so I fixed those. One of the interesting ones that I found was that we hadn't documented that our can list has a map method, so I made a map page for our API.
You want to show what you did with can upgrade?
Sure.
That is.
For can upgrade, I thought I had that open. Give me a second. Oh, right here. Can upgrade. I have a branch right now that originally James worked on can upgrade, and it was able to go from mustache to stash. I went ahead and added some code to make it so that if you passed a flag for new binding syntax, it would also give you new binding syntax, and that also worked with mustache and stash. So if you currently have a stash project that doesn't have the new binding syntax, this can get you to the new binding syntax that was introduced in version 2.3 of CanJS. And I'm going to polish this up some more so that the interface is a little bit more version-centric, so that instead of saying, like, like just give me new binding syntax or something, we could say, like, give me everything that's been deprecated since before v2.3 or something like that, in which case, if you were on mustache, it would go ahead and upgrade to stash and the new binding, and then that would be more future-proof, where as we deprecate more older features, we'll still be able to keep the same interface. And the last thing I worked on was the formalizing the two-way binding on selects.
Yeah.
Select element.
Sorry, because we have so many. Like you even mentioned, we have a lot of people to get through. I want to move because you guys all have that 11:30 meeting. So
yeah,
that we'll save that kind of. That isn't super important for everybody else to know about the select stuff at this point. Okay, cool. So then who's next? Probably Adam would be my guess.
You mean for like working or like working on DoneJS? Because I was the last to start working on DoneJS.
Yeah. No, I mean like starting with Toby then.
Okay, yeah, sure, that's me then.
It's easier that way.
Yeah.
The other
other Adam, sorry, yeah, it's other Adam.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I actually might be. Well, let's go with you.
Okay. I don't have much to share. I am working on still updating the DoneJS upcoming events section on the DoneJS.com site to be a Bit Hub. With currently working on with the Bit Hub guys to get meetups to show future meetups instead of only past meetups, and then yeah, I'm gonna make a customizable embed. That's
awesome.
all.
All right, thank you. I think Atom. I think you're next.
Hey guys, yeah, so I'm working on the presentation slides, which is pretty much done. The only thing I was thinking about adding to those was to patch up the animations, because I think, Justin, you might have removed them, so I don't know if you want me to sort of work on that a little bit more or just leave it as they are.
There were animations. Did they get removed?
Yeah, but
they would move around and stuff.
Yeah, so I shouldn't say all animations removed. It looked like some of the animations removed. So like the snippets of code that moved around, those all were there. But there was others that I think were removed, like the little cloud thing popped in at certain points on the original. So it doesn't matter to me. But if you want me to make that a little bit more,
I'll take another look at it.
Yeah. So outside of that, I'll be starting on a client project here today. So that's all I've got going on.
Cool. I think it's Julia next, or Leela. I think it's Julia, though.
It's Leela, actually.
Oh, is it Leela? Okay. Hey, Leela.
Hey, guys. So, I was working on that doc for docs that we talked about on Monday. So I broke it up into two sections. There's one for general documentation, and I can share this with Justin and anybody else who's interested. But there's one for general documentation, how to write better documentation, things we can do to look at the information architecture, and the actual flows the user will go through. And there's one more about teaching, one about having new people come on board who maybe don't know anything about CanJS or don't know very much about JavaScript, and how we can write the guides in a way that follows more traditional lesson plans and things. Before I was working here, I was a teacher, and so I have a little bit of information there. It also advocates for finding actual people teaching actual students code versus I was teaching language. So there's going to be some differences there. And also finding students and talking to the students about it. I know a couple people who've been through code academies, and I think we can get feedback from both sides of that interaction. But like many of us in here, I started a client project today. So
yeah. Can you put that link or send it to me so I can put it in here?
Yeah, totally. I also I'm going to show real quick, I did some mock-ups to kind of DoneJSify or Document.js and look at how we can carry Skylar's themes into other sites. So this is an example of a documentation page. It's got similar things to the way DoneJS has with the navigation over here. We've also included a sort of inside the article navigation, so if I know which property I want to look at, I can jump straight to it instead of having to scroll all the way down. And then I've also got a search results page for a global search. And this breaks things down by page and then by which section within that page actually has the hit. So this is just something that we can look into in the future, or maybe run asynchronously with the content updates, since this is more Chrome based.
Cool. Looks nice. Awesome. All right. Yeah. Send me that link, and I'll make sure all that stuff gets tracked in here.
Totally.
Thank you. Okay, Julia.
Hi. Okay, I'll try and go quick. So I've been reaching out to meetups. I'm planning on following up at the end of the week from some of the ones I haven't heard from. And then I will share my screen. There's the, wait, yeah, this is right. So I have the contribution guide up. You can find it at contribute.html for DoneJS, but someone needs to go through it, and we need to build out the section for structure, and also making sure that the build instructions are correct, because I just kind of copied this from CanJS. And that's that.
Yeah. Does it have an overview of like the different sub-projects and just kind of directs people there for the most part?
No, so I didn't, well, because the overview, well, so yeah, we need that for the structure, but I figured we could link to the API section for that, and we have that tech graphic that Skylar was working on that he finished, so.
A lot of the contributions, though, like go in the other projects, so that's just an important consideration when you're framing how you actually contribute, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll take a look at it, and I'll look at it. Awesome. Thank you. All right, Ryan.
All right, still making progress on the React and server-side rendering stuff and getting React and CanJS to play nice together. Got some binding actually going on between inputs and change events and stuff, and Julie's helping me hash through some of this stuff. And our goal, or Julie, it was Julie's idea, our goal is to kind of when we have things stabilized to kind of build like a to-do app or to replicate parts of smart order and so forth with React. So,
awesome. Cool.
So, yeah.
All right, Prashant, last but not least, I don't know if there's something, so normally at these meetings, so the kind of rule of thumb is everybody who wants to be a contributor has to come to 2 of these a month. But then it's just one small thing a month. It could be as simple as a documentation change. But what's best is if you really want to contribute, is find what you are most interested in improving or fixing or doing. Is there some part of the ecosystem that you're most interested in working on?
Well, I'm particularly interested in the tech. I could take a look at the effects that we have right now, and maybe I could start with a small bug, small defect that I could take up. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. I think what would work best is when you just schedule some time, whatever time works best for you and maybe me together, and we can actually just pair on your first bug. And I'll kind of go through, I can kind of just send you a list of ones that I think are good beginner ones, and we can actually just work on it together. any time over the next month that works for you.
Sure, we could do that.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Sounds good. I think we have our. So then, just to close any other the issues that really should be closed. Place my order. So there's still a few things in that, right, David? That's not closed yet.
You're going to share your screen? I mean, I can look at the
Oh yeah.
board.
Sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. Thank you. So this is kind of done once. I'll close it once Leela gets me information. The meetups is still ongoing. BitHub I'm still working on. Place my order still isn't closed yet.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna ask if somebody can help me with the design stuff, because you probably want to customize that. But that's the only thing that should be still up.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think most of these things should. Hopefully, Alfredo, you can get to kind of where we can close this by Friday, and then I think we should be able to get 2-3 closed today. I think.
Yeah, I did everything that we need to do to release it right away, so it's not going to take long.
Okay. Awesome. Anything else anybody wants to talk about? I did not get this done. It's too late now. I will get. I do need to send out stickers and swag to everybody at some point.
Oh, Justin, one thing with the
Prashant, send me your address, and I will send you some CanJS or DoneJS T-shirts and stuff like that.
Oh, you mean the email address?
No, your address in where you live, so I can mail it to you.
Okay, sure, I'll do that.
Like stickers and T-shirts and things like that.
Oh, sure. Wow, great.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, what did you say, David?
Oh, the PMO module location bug. I can probably look into that too, because it shouldn't be that hard, right?
Oh, this one? Yeah, it should be easy. We'll just race to see who gets to it first, because I will be doing the training. Speaking of which, they left for the other thing. Okay. I will talk to Alexis and Julie about the training material. I might pull one of you, well, probably not Matthew, but maybe you, David, into the training today. Cool. All right. Thanks, everybody. And I guess we'll see everybody next week.
See you all.
See ya. All right, bye. Thanks, Prashant. Welcome to the team. All right, bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.